What a great performance by the Indiana Fever with Caitlin Clark, beating the second best team in the WNBA as they pulled off the win against the Connecticut Sun. 84-80 was the final score of the Indiana Fever beating the Connecticut Sun. It was honestly a great performance from Lexi Hall, Caitlin Clark, Alyssa Boston, you name it. They honestly did their thing. And honestly, everybody had a great performance. As you guys look at the stats here, Lexi Hall, man, she honestly had another great performance and game. Lexi Hall had 17 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. I honestly feel like every time Lexi Hall has a great game and a great performance, the Indiana Fever always win. If Lexi Hall can get it going, then the Indiana Fever have a high chance of honestly winning. So it's great to see that Lexi Hall again had 17 points, 4 for 6 from the three-point line. Another great performance. And then we have Nia Smith. She had 10 points. Then Aaliyah Boston had 10 points as well. 10 needed points. She made a lot of clutch points as well. Then Kay Mitchell with another great performance with 23 points and led the Indiana Fever. And then Caitlin Clark had 19 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists this game. She honestly had a great game. Wasn't like the best performance, but it wasn't a bad performance. It was just a regular normal game that she had, where she put up 19 points and led the Indiana Fever to beat the Connecticut Sun, the number 2 seed in the WNBA. So it's honestly just great to see that the Indiana Fever, led by Caitlin Clark, beat the number 2 team in the league, the Connecticut Suns. And honestly, down the stretch, Lexi Hall's honestly made some clutch free throws to seal the game. Indiana Fever up by 2 points. The Connecticut Suns fouled. They fouled Lexi Hall, and then she went to the line and just made both of the clutch free throws, which the Indiana Fever needed to be up 4 points with like 20 seconds left remaining. So it's honestly just great to see the effort Lexi Hall has given this game and what she contributed to the Indiana Fever beating the Connecticut Suns, man. Honestly, this is a scary team right now. And the fact that the Connecticut Suns, players that were honestly doing great were A. Thomas, she had 17 points. And then we have D. Kerrigan, she had 19 points, man. And she was honestly like guarding Caitlin Clark, man, fouling and everything. So that's why Caitlin Clark only had 19 points, because she had D. Kerrigan guarding her, which was a good defensive player. But man, the fact that the Indiana Fever, led by Caitlin Clark, beat the number 2 seed in the WNBA honestly just says it all and where they're at right now. Right now, with that win, the Indiana Fever are still the 7th seed. 15 wins and 16 losses. This still has to update, but right now, they're only 1 game behind being 500, and they're only 1 game from being tied with the Phoenix Mercury for the 6th seed. So this is honestly a great thing for the Indiana Fever going forward, and the fact that the Indiana Fever beat the Connecticut Suns, the number 2 team, honestly just makes me think that the Indiana Fever have a great shot at going to the championship and winning the WNBA championship this season. We'll honestly see what happens, but this is honestly just a great overall win for the Indiana Fever. And going forward, the next 2 games for the Indiana Fever, they're going to be facing off against the Chicago Skies, and then the next game after that, they're going to be facing off the Los Angeles Sparks. So if the Indiana Fever can beat the number 2 team, the Connecticut Suns, I definitely expect them to beat the Chicago Sky and the LA Sparks, which if the Indiana Fever can win their next 2 games, they will be above 500 finally for the first time this season. And this will be honestly another great accomplishment, because if you guys don't know, the Indiana Fever started off 1-8 in the season. And the fact that they're already 15-16 throughout this whole season right now honestly just shows how great Caitlin Clark is and how great the Indiana Fever are right now with Caitlin Clark. Because if it wasn't for her, like you guys don't know, last season, the Indiana Fever without Caitlin Clark only had 13 wins and 27 losses last season. The fact that they're already at 15 wins already and 16 losses right now is honestly just incredible. It just shows how great Caitlin Clark is and how she can just go onto a team and honestly just make the team better instantly compared to last year. Like right now, the Indiana Fever already have more wins than they had last season. Last season, the Indiana Fever ended with 13 wins. This season, they're already at 15 wins with about 9 more games left remaining in the season. So they honestly have a chance to have 20 plus wins this season consistent in the regular season, not counting the playoffs. So it's great to see how far the Indiana Fever with Caitlin Clark have came along, and the fact that they took out the number 2 teams, the Connecticut Suns, just says how great they are, and they're on a mission to do great things in the postseason. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below about the Indiana Fever's great win against the Connecticut Suns. Does this mean that they're going to do great things in the playoffs? Are they going to go on a championship run? I honestly feel like anything is possible with Caitlin Clark on your team. So we're just going to have to see what happens.